Hey guys, welcome back to Ray's Create Cards. If you're new here, welcome, and I do hope you'll come and visit again. June is already being a busy month. I bet yours is too. None of us are immune from work and chores and maybe even some vacations thrown in along the way. So however your summer is going, I hope you're richly blessed. Okay, guys, we are going to do a Cheerful Daisies card, and I will show you my prototype. However, I am going to change a couple of things up, okay? So, this one here is a birthday card, and I probably will stay with that theme. But here we go. What do you think? Do you notice that distressed gold? I thought it went so well with the DSP, the stamp set, all of it. And so, let's get started. All right. So, I am using the Cheerful Daisies bundle. I've used the dies and the stamps, and I've used the sentiments out of Timeless Arrangement. Hope your day is filled with everything good. But I'm using the Wishing You the Brightest Birthday out of the Cheerful Daisies. I really try not to pull in a lot of different stamp sets and dies, but you know, guys, sometimes when we're designing, that something that we need is in another bundle, right? And our color scheme is Crushed Curry, Pretty Peacock, and Lemon Lolly. All right, so that card may have looked difficult, but it is not. Now, I've seen this called a WV because right here is your W and here's your V. Well, okay. It just seems like it ought to have a nicer name than that, but that's okay. Onward and upward. Y'all are going to see me get out my scoreboard. This poor little thing has sat in a closet for a long time. I just got out of the habit of using it. I've had this thing, I know, 3 or 4 years now. And I just don't ever use it. And I thought, you know what? Either give it away or start using it. So I'm going to do my best to start using it. Okay? All right, you need a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 11. Okay? Once you have it cut to that, we are going to score at 1 3/4, which is going to be right here. Can y'all see that in the camera? I hope you can. I tried to lower my camera a little bit, and maybe that will help. I don't know. You'll have to let me know in the comments below. So 1 3/4, and then we're going to go down to 3 1/2. And then we're going to go down to 5 1/4. And then the last one is at 7 inches. There we go. And I will say, guys, honestly, this does a much better job of scoring than the trimmer does. It makes a heftier score. Does it mean that you know, have to get a scoreboard? No, because you've seen me over and over again use just my trimmer to score things, and it's okay. But this really does put a deeper score line into it, and I wasn't pressing really hard, just moderately. Okay, so here's the big piece. That's going to be our W. And then for your V fold, you need a piece of cardstock that is 3 by 6. And obviously, half of 6 is 3. So we're going to score it in half at 3 inches and fold that. And as far as knowing how to fold the W, easy, easy, easy. Mountain, valley, mountain, valley. Can you remember that? So we're going to have a mountain on the first one. The second one is going to be a valley. I don't know about trying to do this on my scoreboard. Let's get him out of the way. All right, so we have mountain, valley, mountain, and valley. There we go. Okay, so here we go. And here is your largest panel on this side. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of longer skinny panels. And for that, I cut 4 pieces of that distressed gold. And they are 1 5/8 by 5 1/8, okay? And then the DSP layer that goes on top is 1 3/8 by 4 7/8. So let's go ahead and get ready to lay those down. And, you know, it's up to you when you're doing yours. If you don't want to burnish your folds before you put down your paper, it's fine. It's all good. Oops. Now look, I don't need you to get real happy with the glue. Here we go. Now, however you lay down the first piece, you're going to want it going straight all the way across, and you want it centered the very best you can, top to bottom, side to side, and I need to come up just a hair. There we go. You don't want to be on top of those fold lines, obviously. You want to make sure that you can still open and close the card okay. We'll just go ahead and get all these on here, and I hope you guys really like the card. It was just a little flashier. It had a little bit more going on. And, you know, easy cards, and this is an easy card. It is not a quickie card, but it's an easy card. And so for that special someone where you want to kind of ratchet it up a little bit, this is a way to do it. Absolutely. And this distressed gold would also look good on a Father's Day card. Any of the guys in our life, they would like this. They would. Okay. And let's get this last one on here. I've been trying to get in here to get this video done for y'all for like 4 or 5 hours now. And you know how that old saying goes, the best laid plans of mice and men, right? Well, even us women fit into that category too. We do. Now, I left little skinny borders at the bottom. You don't have to do yours that way if you don't want to. But remember, now these were 1 5/8 by 5 1/8, and this DSP is going to be 1 3/8 by 4 7/8. We're going to put that on there. Y'all know me. You know I like my skinny borders, but because of this gold background, I wanted a little bit more of that gold to peek out. It's like, you know, why bother if you're just going to cover most of it up, right? So, no skinny borders today for the layering. Okay, we've almost got this on here. I've pre-die cut just about everything that I am going to be using on this card. However, there are some things, a couple of things that I think I want to change up for this card. It's funny how when you get your ideas and you get your templates going, your sample cards, whatever you want to call yours, and the more you look at it, the more you think, oh, well, you know, I think I could do that a little better. Or, oh, I think you know, I could change this. I could do that. You know how it goes. We all do it. And sometimes I will agonize over a card design. It's like something is not right. It's either missing something, got too much of something. You know, there's just something going on. And sometimes I just have to walk out of my craft room, leave it alone, go do something else, and then come back and look at it again. And 9 times out of 10, it'll pop for you, won't it? It does. All right, so now we have this big panel right here. And I have another piece of distressed gold. And this one is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, okay? We're going to go ahead and lay that down. I say we are, if I can get my glue to come out. I don't know. You know, you can get Tombow in a bigger bottle. I did that one time, and it seemed like that thing just lasted forever. But, you know, the little bottles are a little bit more manageable too. So, but I am seriously thinking of going and finding the big bottles of this and ordering it. All right, so the basic white that we're going to lay on top of this layer is, let me look at my cheat sheets, 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. I got a little bit of ink on the back. That's okay. Now, before we lay that in there, I do want to get this panel ready. And what I had done, let me find my ink pads here, the right ink pads, is I stamped the detail, the outline part of the daisy in crushed curry. So I'm going to get ready to do that now. Let's go ahead and get him inked up. And, you know, just somewhere up in here. No rhyme or reason. No measuring needed. Okay. I'm going to close this up because I don't need this again for the minute anyway. And then I took my Lemon Lolly and I took the fill stamp for that small daisy and I inked it up. And it's easier, or at least it is for me, if I do the dark outline first and then go in with my fill stamp. And especially with a real light color like Lemon Lolly, if you put this part down first, and you certainly can if you want to, but depending on the colors you're working with, it can be really hard then to line up your outline stamp, right? And without getting my head in the camera, let me see if I can, I hope I've lined that up. It looked kind of close. All right, yay! I'm thrilled. It's awesome when I don't mess up on video. It is. Okay, now I need that little center. Oops. I said I didn't need the crushed curry again, but yes, I do. All right, let's get this little center here. And turn that hopefully in the middle, and hopefully fill that in pretty good. Oh, not bad. Not bad. Not perfect, but not bad. Y'all ever watch Gina K? One of her favorite expressions is better than horrible. I'll go with that. I absolutely will. All right, and then Pretty Peacock for the stem and the leaves. And, you know, I kept looking at this, and I thought, you know, I don't really know if there's a right or a wrong way to do it. I actually practice stamped it both ways, and I thought, don't guess it really matters. Guess it doesn't. And so all I did was I just wanted to make sure they were attached, and it didn't look like the flower was floating up above the stem. I am good with that. Okay, nope, I don't want to put that up yet. I want my leaves. And what I did on my leaves, so there's like 2 areas here where it looks like they would go. And so I went with that. I just went with that and stamped a couple leaves. It's not hard to line up, being able to see through the photopolymer. Do I want this one down or up? Yeah, he can be coming down. He can be coming down. No right or wrong. I think on my other card I made them both upwards, but that's okay. Now at this point, guys, I've got to get out my stamping scrub. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 dirty stamps already. If y'all don't have a stamping scrub, you don't know what you're missing. Oh goodness, I've got to refill that. Can you tell? Yeah, I keep forgetting. So you have one side, for those of you who've never had one, you have one side, we're down in this corner, and I don't know if you can see it, it has raindrops. So that's your wet side. And then over here on this side, down in the corner, you have got sunshine. That's your dry side. So you scrub it here, dry it here, boom, it's done. The neat thing about that Stampin' Mist is the fact that it helps condition the stamps and helps them last a lot longer. And so water is fine. Baby wipes, if they don't have lint, and most of them do. I have gotten to the point where when I hold my classes, I have to ask them, please don't bring baby wipes unless they're like Kirkland. The Kirkland baby wipes that Costco sells don't have lint, or at least they didn't used to. It's no fun to open up a stamp set that has got lint left all over the stamps, and you either mess up your stamping, or if you do happen to catch it, now you got to sit and go and hand wash every stamp before you can use it. Okay, on here, I have got 3 squares of the Distress Gold and 3 of the white layers. The Distress Gold is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and you'll want, you know what, that's not the size I used on the inside. I used them, so I lied. These are the ones that I want that will go here and here on our 3 by 6 piece. So let me lay that to the side. And did I not prep the other small one? I didn't, I guess. Let me look. Because, well, okay, it is not here unless I covered it up. I'm looking and I don't see it, so hang on. Okay, I have pretty much used up my Distress Gold at this point. Let's see if I can't find a scrap in here I can use. I found one. If I can get it out. There we go. Okay, now, seems to me like when I made this card the other day that I used the Stylish Shape dies. I'm almost positive I did. And I don't see them laying here. Where did they go? Huh. Alright. We're continuing on. Because I can tell from my sample card that's exactly what I used. But we can adapt and overcome. So this is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8, right? Yep. So let me very quickly bring my trimmer in. I hadn't planned on it, and I didn't even clean the little fella. So forgive me. I am going to cut this off because I wonder if this piece right here would not be big enough. 1 7/8, absolutely. It's big enough that way. And is it big enough this way? Oh, it's borderline. Ooh, can I get away with that? Oh, I don't know. It's got that stitching right there. If I take the stitching off, I'm going to be a little too short. But that's okay. I can use that for something else. So now let's go back to the 1 7/8. Okay. It is 1 7/8. I'm looking at my cheat sheets, guys. Which I don't have it written down. One more time. Let's make sure that that was a 1 7/8. Yup. Okay, and I am at almost right on top of it. There we go. 1 7/8 and 1 7/8. I swear that looks so tiny to me, but pretty sure that's gonna line up with each other. It just won't have that cute stitching on there. And that's what I get for not proofreading my materials. All right, let me get my little scraps here out of the way. Oh, that's glued down. Okay. And the scrap. All right, got that to the side. And so now I need a white scrap so I can cut the top piece off. And the top piece I also cut with a stylish shaped dies. I swear on my time. And that one is 1 1/2 by 1 1/2. All right, real quickly, because we got a little bit of stamping to do on this. 1 1/2. Yep, I'm there. I'm straight. I'm butted up. It's not going anywhere. By 1 1/2. Okay. Yeah, I actually played around with this to figure out what dimensions I wanted for that square, and that's what I came up with. And let's get my little piece kind of lined up here. Am I in camera? I almost am not again. All right. Let's move it up here where y'all can see what's going on, because a tutorial is not a tutorial if you can't see what you're supposed to be doing, right? Okay, here's my sentiment. Turn it around. Hope your day is filled with everything good. And I want to stamp that in a pretty peacock. So let's get that stamped. And hold your breath. I'll hold my breath. Y'all cross your fingers. All right, is it straight? Yay, is it? Yeah, it's close enough. Better than horrible, right? I've tried to come up with another cute little phrase that would say the same thing, but I think Gina K cornered the market on that one. I truly do. Oh my goodness, here we go. All right. Get that centered in there. In the middle of that square, top and bottom, side to side. And yeah, not bad. And then I want to take it and I want to put it somewhere right in that area. So let me get the glue on here. Guys, y'all have been so awesome and so supportive. Watching my videos, commenting on the videos, subscribing to my videos. Do you realize I have over 900 subscribers, and it is not going to be long before we can get together on lives. Now, let me tell you something I learned the other day, and maybe everybody else knew this or has known this. I did not. I never knew what a premiere was on YouTube. I thought a premiere was something, you know, kind of ultra fancy. Well, come to find out, a premiere is a pre-recorded, uploaded video, but when it goes live, when it gets released, I can be here too with you as you're watching it for comments, and I can respond. So I'm not real sure how all that is supposed to work, but I'm digging into it. And it may be that you will see some announcements on the community posts that will pop up in your feed about an upcoming premiere. And if nothing else, hey, I'm game to give it a try. Even if I mess up, I'll learn, right? All right. So at this point, I want to take this and go ahead and glue that down. Get my glue going here. But I've just been having a really good day. really good day. It has been richly blessed, more than I deserve. Today is my birthday. Yay! And so when I have birthdays, I don't know how to describe how it makes me feel. First of all, I tell God thank you for giving me another year, because none of us know if we even have another day, right? He gave me another year, and that is great. That is awesome. It's tremendous. So many people don't even get that. That looks a little crooked right there. It's already setting up. Is it crooked or is it my eyes? I think sometimes my eyeballs go crooked. All right, let's just set him over here for the minute. And let's go into our V-shaped 3x6, and we scored it at 3. And so what we want to do is take our gold that I have cut out for it, and these are, and I think I've already told you, these are 1 5/8 by 5 1/8, and it's just going to lay right in here. Not going to have real wide margins, but anyway, I'll cut it down on the white layers a little bit to where we'll be able to see some of that distressed gold. Okay, and am I straight? Oh, look what I did. Yuckaroonie. Oh, heavens. All right. Thank goodness for adhesive erasers. I get it all. Because if I didn't, that might be bad. Oh, there we go. Good, 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 good. Yeah, I'm already going to have to order some more distressed gold. But anyway, getting back to my birthday. I have had texts. I have had phone calls. I have had homemade cards come in the mail. Yeah. I mean, God is good all the time. Y'all hear me say that, but I really mean it. It's not just a phrase. God is good, and it is all the time. So, even when we have our trials and our struggles and all that other thing, right? He's still good, and he sees us through every time. Okay, on here, I want to stamp wishing you the brightest birthday. And again, we're going to use the Pretty Peacock, because that's one of the colors in that DSP. And I'm going to stamp it as much in the middle as I can get. Right there. And I know y'all's little ideas are churning in your head, how you could emboss after you stamp, you know, different color schemes, etc., that you can use. Absolutely. Now I'm going to take my lemon lolly, and I didn't do such a hot job on my prototype, and you may not have caught that when I was showing it to you. Where is that little flower? I had it. Here we go. So one of the stamps is just a cluster of 3 flowers, and I think I got way too much ink on it. I did something because you could not see the details. It was like a big blob in the lower right corner when I stamped. Oh, that's much better. See what I'm talking about? See how that's just kind of like a glob? Not much detail. Did much better on that one. And I don't mind telling on myself, guys. Card making is just not exact. It's not perfect. But it sure is filled with a whole lot of love, right? All right, there we go. And let me tell you about an idea I had earlier today. So, my husband always picks out the most awesome birthday cards. As far as the sentiments they say. And let me tell you, ladies, I'm very blessed. I've got a husband that knows how to write in it, not just sign his name. Awesome. Now, the birthday card wasn't what I would have thought of as an expensive card, okay? And I don't go by that. I go by the fact that he puts his heart into each and every one, okay? So I don't care if it's a dollar card from the dollar store. I don't. The fact that I got a card and he spilled his heart out in it to me, hey, that's priceless, ladies, right? I turned it over out of curiosity to see how much it cost. $7.59. And ladies, it was thin. It was thin. It didn't have going on for it what we're making here. And it sure isn't costing us $7 to make this card. It is not. You can actually sit down and do the math. How many sheets of paper come in a pack? How much is a pack? And then you have your per sheet cost. And then, you know, depending if you use half a sheet, then you can even cut that in half. Or if you use most of a sheet, then just go ahead and figure the whole sheet cost. See what I'm saying? Same for the DSPs. Same for this Distress Gold paper. The ink and stuff you almost can't quantify in dollar terms. But maybe somebody somewhere has got the statistics on how many average stamps you get out before you have to refill a stamp pad. I don't know, but I'm betting, just off the top of my head, I'm going to guess you stamp out of a stamp pad a few hundred times before you even have to refill it, right? So, anyway, yeah. I mean, and this is one of the reasons why I always wanted to get into card making in my younger days. There was just nobody in my world or in my life at that time that was into it that, you know, could show me or teach me just how to do that. So, you know, God's timing is not always our timing. I wish I had gotten into this years ago. I really, really do. However, for whatever reason, God decided when I was introduced was the right time, okay? Now, on this panel that's going to go over here, I'm not going to do any stamping. So what I did, and I changed it. So on my original card, instead of cutting out of the white, because it got lost, the white on white, I actually cut the base of the flower out of shimmer white, just so there was just enough definition. And in real life, you can pick up on it a lot more than you can in the camera. And then I just cut that top layer out of lemon lolly. I cut the little piece for the middle of the flower out of crushed curry, stamped the leaves, die cut them, and that's all I did. Well, on this one, I stamped on white cardstock, but I went ahead and did the stamping. I did the outline in the crushed curry, the fill with the lemon lolly, did the fill with the crushed curry in the middle, and then cut the top out of the basic white cardstock. Now, can I get this line back up? Maybe. Okay. Let's go ahead and get these pieces attached. Ooh, a little much there. And rather than feeling like you have to smear it because you don't, if I can just get it to dot. Little dots. That's all we need. Just little bitty dots. And we're good. We are good. Alright, get a hold of this. I could have got my tweezers out. That might have been kind of smart. Might have been kind of smart. Okay. Let's get that on there. So I've not really done a whole lot today, and it isn't because I haven't tried. I did get my linens stripped off the bed, washed, dried, back on a freshly made bed. I got that much done. Got the chandelier globes taken down and all squeaky clean and dried and put back up, and dusted the chandelier and whatever I could find to get into. Now, I am not going to die cut that middle piece. You could, if you wanted to put on here like I did that one. But in looking at this, I thought, you know, that's really interesting in and of itself. So I'm just not going to touch it. I do have my leaves here that I stamped in a pretty peacock and die cut. And no rhyme or reason. I mean, you know, you can put your leaves wherever you want to put your leaves. I'm not even going to lay it out and do a dry fit first. I'm just going to go ahead and lay that on there. Well, I do want a little bit more than that coming out. I got a little bit of glue wanting to come out with it. Now, come on. There we go. So I'm going to put one there. And I'll put his little buddy right next to him. Be a little easier on the glue, just a little bit. And put this here. Guys, I am so proud of my garden. God has been so good. Everything is so lush, and it's finally taken off by leaps and bounds. I'm loving it. Love, love, love it. Okay, now we can kind of start squiggling some glue on here. A little bit there, a little bit there. A little bit right there where it reaches the, okay. And I am just simply going to kind of center that. Doesn't have to be any certain way. A lot of free range here, ladies. Okay. The DSP sale is still going on till the end of June. And because I'm a demonstrator, I don't get 15% off. I get 45% off. So the join offer is also going on, okay? Sign up to be a demonstrator. You're going to pay $99 for the starter kit plus tax, okay? So take your 99 times whatever your percent is wherever you live. Now here in Tennessee, honey, we pay 9.75%, and let me tell you, that hurts. I envy people that have 6% or, you know, whatever their state is. I mean, I'd even be happy with 8%, honestly, 7%. I mean, that would be awesome instead of paying almost 10%. So you will pay tax on your $99, depending on where you live, free shipping, free paper pumpkin kit. It'll be a past paper pumpkin kit, but at least if you've never seen it or tried it or anything, you'll have that option. But you get to pick out $155 worth of products. Normally, it's only $135 right now, just for the month of June. And I would love to have you on my team. But you can get $155 worth of products, and you could add any of that DSP to it you want. Now, also this month, as a demonstrator, we were able to pre-order some upcoming July releases for online exclusives. We get to see it early, we get to order it early, we get to play with it early. And that's why you're going to see some videos out there already. I think Rhonda Wade has got one out. I don't know if anybody else does or not. She put one out. Oh, I don't know. She's doing like an all-week summer camp, stamp camp thing. And it was in one of those videos. Go over and check out her channel, okay? All right, ladies. Now, it is not rocket science to line this up. It really isn't. What I decided to do and what I found worked really well is I took the score line here in our V and I lined it up with the second score line in the W, okay? So when you line that up, and I did kind of try to make it in the middle, up and down, and then I look over here and I see about where I'm going to be, and I look over here and I see about where I'm going to be. And they're close. They're close if you go by this, and they're close enough. So, I know I only want glue just on this part right back here. So, what I can do is flip it over, line these score lines up, and then I know exactly how far I can go. I think I have a big glue booger, and that has interfered with my smooth flow. All right. Let's see if that helped. Did it help? Maybe. There we go. Kind of smear that around a little bit. And I know just how far I can go without getting too close. And I don't want to go past that DSP line. Okay, so there we go. There's that one. Now you could use tear and tape. You could use your Stampin' Seal Plus. You could use any of that you wanted to use. Now, I'm also looking to make sure I'm going straight across and that I'm not wonky. And from the best I can see it, I'm going straight across, I think. See, now, if we were live, y'all could holler at me and say, no, 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 it's crooked. You got to move it. One of these days, ladies, one of these days. And I'm just going to leave it there for just a second to let that set up. Now, for embellishments, I didn't realize these had retired, guys. I had to go back and look in the catalog a few minutes before I started the video, and I was heartbroken. And I don't know, they might have been retired last year, okay? I do not get rid of my bling just because it might retire. Not going to happen. I paid for it. I'm using it. So, I have got half of a take your pick tool. It just came apart. Oh, heavens, let me get that back in there. There we go. So, the metallic pearls, and I really like these. And I thought it's a soft look. Soft. And when I was looking for these, that was when I realized our basic pearls had also retired. And it's like, okay, when did that happen? Oh, it's in the details, people. It's in the details. And I don't claim to always pick up on every detail. Because I was going to take my pearls and color them with Stampin' Blends until I realized I didn't have Crushed Curry. I thought I had it. I could have sworn I did. I have the Lemon Lolly. I had the one that we just lost. What was the name of that? Oh, So Saffron. Yeah. So I've got the So Saffron, the Daffodil Delight, and the Lemon Lolly. And evidently I never ordered the Crushed Curry. And it's like, okay, can't do that then. So, while we're letting that grab hold really well, I'll go ahead and put these on. And I'm just putting them in the middle of the flowers. I kind of had to ad lib on my template on my test card because I made such a blob out of everything you couldn't even see where the centers were, so I just kind of guesstimated and stuck them on there. Okay, and then that one is way over there. There we go. And I want one in the middle of this one. And that gives me 7, which is an odd number, which is what we normally strive for. However, I have finally learned to be happy and content if it's 2, if it's 1, if it's 4 on a card. If that's what makes that card looks good, it's good, right? All right, now I have got to take and turn this over and put my glue on here. And because I could see on the other one, I know about how far I can go. Just want to make sure we get good coverage because they're going to be opening and closing, hopefully a whole lot, right? Hopefully, we hope. And then just lay it down flat. At that point, there's nothing that you have to do, and I still think I'm tilted down a little bit. Nothing fancy to get this to line up. Let me hold this up. I have to hold it up to look at it. That looks straight, I guess. If not, it's close enough, right? Close enough. Now, the card is done. How hard was that? Isn't that awesome? And it's got a little bit of bright, cheerful bling bling going on in the sentiments. Now, you can elect to just simply sign off, you know, love Ray, whatever. But understand if it's someone who you need to kind of catch up with a little bit, or you know, you're asking questions, or you have more to report, absolutely take a piece of basic white and put it here on the back and do your message right here on the back. Absolutely. All right, guys. the WV, the VW. I kind of like the VW. I learned to drive on a VW. It was a 1970 Superbeetle, the first year they came out. It was a stick shift. And I have driven several stick shifts over the years, and I think that's a skill that I used to think everybody needed to know or should know before they got their driver's license. However, if what I'm hearing is right, they really don't even make stick shift cars, manual transmissions anymore. Man, that's a pity. You don't understand the benefits from them if you've never had one, never drove one. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you with this. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and by the way, if you get a little bit of buckling, see how that's kind of curved right there? No problem. It is normal. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead and burnish your fold lines, and it will straighten right out. Just redo these, and it will not be a problem, because it is normal if yours tends to do that. Plus, I did put some layers on here, and so it's kind of hefty. Do you have to do the background like that? No, you don't. You can cut your DSP bigger and just have a layer of DSP. If you don't have any DSP that goes with your color scheme or whatever, and I don't know why you wouldn't, because I think all the colors are covered in our DSP, you could just do textured cardstock layer of a different color. It doesn't have to be like this. Use what you have, ladies, and make it yours, okay? All right, guys, be safe, be blessed, know you're loved. God is good all the time, and I'll see you later. Bye.